Yo, what's going on everybody? Kevin Walsh from Ninja Holistic Health and Fitness. I've got a really cool bodyweight circuit that I want to share with you today that you can do anytime, any place, minimal space, and obviously no equipment at all because it's just with your own body weight itself. And you can do it obviously in your living room. I'm doing it right here on my farm. I thought I'd give you a cool backdrop. And for those of you actually who are kind of house cooped up all day, this is just some nice scenery. Check it out. Just acres and acres of awesomeness. I gotta tell you, I'm really fortunate to rent this place out. I love living here. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is give you a circuit. It's got 6 exercises in it, and I'll go through each exercise with you and also give you progressions. So for those of you who are more novice that are not necessarily able to do the regular exercise itself, I'll give you a modification for that. And then for people who are intermediate or more advanced, I'll give you variations for that as well. And this way anybody can do this circuit. It doesn't matter if you're a teenager or if you're 85 years old, if you have Parkinson's, or if you're just a person in their 40s looking to get back in shape. All people all across the board will have something here. So go ahead and follow along with me and I'll show you how to do this. And at the very end, after I wrap up how to do each exercise with the right form, I'll do the full circuit with you. So you get kind of like an accountability tool to do it along with me on this video. So the first exercise is just the regular squat, your typical body weight squat. So what you do is you put your feet a little more than hip width apart, toes pointed slightly out, and then from here what you're doing is you're simply sinking back into the hips like so, coming straight back up, keeping the back straight, and the knees track over the middle 3 toes on both feet like so. So your upper back should be on the same angle as your lower leg when you're doing the squat exercise. So that's the squat right there. Now for those of you who can't necessarily perform the squat, if that's too much for your knees, get a chair for yourself, and what you can do is simply go from a sitting position inside the chair to standing and then seated back down. So you just sort of sit back nice and easy, sort of finding the chair with your hip, with your butt, and then standing back up. And this is a good way to modify the squat exercise so you can still get repetitions in. Now the next one is the push-up. And I'm just gonna put this camera down, make sure you get me in the whole shot. The push-up is hands going straight down under the shoulders, right? And then you're bringing the whole body down at once and pushing straight back up. And when you get to the bottom, make sure your elbow is right across from the shoulder. Now to modify the push-up, what you could do is go on an elevated surface. So I've got a chair that I brought out here with me. You can do the same thing on a chair in your home or a couch. And you could even use the wall if this is too much for you in terms of angle. Just put your hands against the wall and perform the exact same push-up. So all the mechanics are the same. You're just at an angle that's easier to do and more conducive for somebody who can't necessarily go on the ground. Okay? So those are the first 2 exercises. The next one is what are called inchworms. So what you do is you take your hands, you're gonna go down to the floor like this, bending at the hips, walking your way out like so, until you get into a plank position. Make sure your glutes are squeezed, your legs are tight, and that your chin is tucked, and that your butt is not too high or too low, okay? You want a straight line from the head all the way down to the heels, like this, and then you simply walk your way back to this position, and then stand. That's the inchworm exercise. So that's number 3. Once you do that, the next thing that you're going to do is the burpee. So the burpee in its full entirety looks like this. Basically go down, hands down on the ground, feet shoot back, come forward, and then you jump. So I did a video on this before kind of outlining how to do this correctly. That's the main progression, or the main variation. What you can do if you can't necessarily do that, especially with the jump, is you can go down like this, hands down, one foot goes back, the other foot goes back, hold the plank, and then bring one foot forward, the other foot forward, and then stand like that. And then if that's something that's still a little bit too much for you, you would do what I call the prone to stand. So the prone to stand, what you're going to do is go face down like this. You're going to push yourself up into 4 points, come to half kneeling, put one foot in front, stand, and then go back down again in this fashion. Just like so, okay? So that right there is the burpee. And then the very last 2 exercises are going to be jumping jacks and mountain climbers. So jumping jacks, speak for themselves. Everybody knows the jumping jack from gym class. If you can't jump, all you have to do necessarily is just bring the arms up and kind of sink the body in like this, and just go in a fashion that's obviously less impactful on the joints. And the very last exercise, the mountain climber, what you're going to do is put the hands on the ground, and then you're bringing the knee toward the chest, alternating back and forth. To make sure that you're in control, don't just rush through the reps. Do them one at a time. Boom, 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 like that. And that ensures that you have integrity of your body. Only if you're very, very athletic would you be going back and forth with a quick tempo. So the progression that would be down from that would be put your hands on something like a table, anything elevated, just like you did with the push-up, and you do the exact same exercise. So you can see how cool this is, that you could take something that you feel like, oh, I can't do that, I'm not strong enough, on the ground, and then just put it at an angle that's conducive to your strength level. And just like that, you have an exercise that gives you the exact same stimulus that that person who's perhaps more athletic does on the floor. Exactly the same all across the board. So with that said, I'm gonna run through it right now with you real quick. We'll bang out a circuit, and what you're gonna do is 10 repetitions of each thing, and then you're resting for 30 seconds. Okay, so 10 squats, rest for 30 seconds, 10 push-ups, on and on and on. So with that said, I'll go ahead and get into it with you right here. So 3, 2, 1, down into the squat, as low as you can, and then straight back up. So 2, 3, exhaling down, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, the knees go out so that they don't bow in. And then 10. So right there, you would take 30 seconds. Now, if you're more athletic, just take 15 seconds and go right to the next thing. You can modify the rest period between the 15 and the 30-second period of time, depending on your fitness level. Next one, right into the push-up. 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, and make sure you pause at the bottom before you come up. 5, and here's the variation if you do it on the inclined surface. 7, 8, keep the chin tucked, make sure the shoulders don't hike. All right, so 10 of those, and then you go straight from there to the inchworms. So again, 15 to 30 seconds. Keep in mind, this one's gonna be a little bit more challenging and take longer to get through the repetitions. So you get a little bit drained from this one. So the inchworms, hands going straight down onto the floor, walking out, and then walking back. And keep it at a tempo that you can handle, right? So if this is a little too quick, go at a tempo that you can handle. And also, as a modification, just come out right about here and then walk back up. Just about everybody can handle that one. Just go to same position here, not into a full plank, and then walk back. But once you get this over time, you get stronger and stronger, you can go out to the full plank position and then walk straight back. And hopefully, with some birds chirping and some scenery outside of just a living room and a bathroom and a toilet, you'll be a little more motivated to get the blood pumping. Since I think everybody's getting pretty stir crazy at this point. All right, so boom, that should be 10 right there. So there's the inchworm. Now once again, take a rest period. Your heart rate should be up by this point. So if it's not, go at a faster tempo or do one of the more challenging progressions of each of those exercises. And then for you more athletic cats, if you want, you could do like a clapping push-up, FYI, on the other one. Make it more explosive. Like that, but it should be something for everybody here. Okay, so from there, next thing that you're gonna do is the burpee. So remember, you're putting the hands straight down, shooting the feet back, coming forward, and then jumping into the air. And notice that I'm in control. One of the things you find, is 3, in the gym setting, is there's very little control over the movements. People just kind of flop around like this, jumping up and down, all over the place. Be very strategic in your movements. So boom, boom, and then jump. And remember, you can go 1 foot back, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward. Go at a pace that you can handle. And remember, this is basically your whole workout, so take your time on each repetition. A lot of people think that when you do a circuit, that means you have to just jump around like a maniac and get sweaty. Do not do that. Make every movement count. So there you go right there. Moving on, jumping jacks, same exact thing. This one, you can actually bust out. We'll go for 20 because they go so quickly. And again, use the progressions. If you need to do this, just do this little soft bend in the knees, going down, and in the hips like so. Keep the back straight, and go at a pace that you can handle for 20 reps. All right, so just like that, 20 repetitions of the jumping jack, and we'll finish it up with the mountain climber. So I'll just do it right here on the chair to give you the visual of this one. So exhaling, drawing the knee in. Notice how my head and my heels are basically on a straight line all the way down. My butt's, oh, that's what we get when there's a lot of wind here. My butt's not super hiked up, right? I'm in line, and all right, well, we're gonna have to cut it there because Mother Nature says we're done. Anyway, so that's a little bodyweight circuit you can do. Very, very simple, anytime, anywhere. And really cool announcement that I want to make. Right now, I am in the midst of finishing up my first major program that I'm putting online for in-home workouts. It's called the Ultimate Home Workout Guide, and it is completely designed, top to bottom, for any person to get a phenomenal fitness regimen in their own home with minimal equipment, and a lot of the stuff is even body weight. And so I designed this thing to have 3 levels of, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and there's 4 to 5 workouts in each one, totally pre-designed. And not only that, I actually teach you how to use the sets, the reps, the tempo, the weight, the rest periods. I deliberately made it so that it's like having a personal trainer right there in front of you with all the paperwork that a great training program would have. So you have access to all the stuff that I normally do with my clients, the same programming. On top of that, I even threw in a cookbook, a free cookbook with 18 amazing recipes. And also there are tutorials, exercise tutorials, showing you how to do every single exercise with perfect form and with proper breathing mechanics, as well as 30 different stretches that cover all the major muscle groups of the entire body. There are videos on that as well. So you have top to bottom, literally the whole kit and caboodle of what you need. And also how to make a gym for under $200. I give you all the secrets of how to put that together. It's completely made to basically give you a gym in your home, especially now that we're not going to be in the gym for some time. This is going to be a great resource for you. So I'll keep you updated on that when that's ready to launch, probably in the next week or so. And when that comes out, I'm going to put a special offer for everybody who's on this email list. So exciting stuff. And that workout right there, by the way, is one of the bonuses that's in the program. So with that said, stay safe, stay healthy, guys, stay strong, stay fit. Use this time to your advantage that we're in quarantine. Don't let yourself get lazy and out of shape. This is a great time to invest all the extra hours that you have in the day into your health and your well-being so that you can be fit and you can be a ninja. Stay hard. Take care.